All right, here you go, people. You guys have asked me about this kid ad nauseum. I don't think I've had anybody ask me about one particular player who wasn't necessarily on the national radar as much as people have asked me about this particular kid. Now, I'm not dumb. I know why this is, right? I've been in this business long enough. People want to see some shit that they've really never seen before, right? But then again, people can't wrap their brains behind stuff. So I was in a discussion and people calling this kid Hunter Renfro and all this and that. And I'm like, just from the little bit that I saw, I'm not so sure that's an apt comparison. Maybe they end up doing the same kind of things, but off the rip, you would say, man, this kid has a lot of style and flair to his game, and it's very fun to watch. It's very reminiscent of when I first lay eyes on a cat, Jason Williams, back in the day in basketball, right? White chocolate. So maybe this cat has a little bit of white chocolate in him, and I think he can capture the imagination of people. But we'll see how good he is. The regional that I saw, he was going against complete nobodies. So it's really hard for me to judge him up against other people, and people want to know how I think he fits in the Southeastern Conference and will his style do this and that. I don't know. I'm going to sit back and say straight up that I do not know because I do not have a long track record, or he doesn't have a long track record of going against guys who I know that are good, that are in this 2020 class, or if a track record at all, right? At all. We don't have seen him against nobody worth of note, but he finds himself at the University of Georgia as a commit. You have to say, man, that is completely awesome. I love stories like that, and hopefully this comes to fruition to where he's balling out, just for the simple fact that, man, I love people who come from nothing and end up being something. That would be kind of cool to see for sure. But this does remind me of Brett Seether last year. People were doing the same thing with him, and we saw he did he play a snap, right? And people were calling him all kinds of stuff, right? I've heard all kind of Brett Seether was this and that and this and that. Nobody's talking about him no more. So I will caution you against that. But let's look at some of the stuff from this opening. It was pretty fun to watch, the highlights of it. All right, this is the biggest that I could get this, which is saying a lot, right? It's not very big at all, but you can see on the type of flavor. Now, keep in mind, this is against complete nobodies, but it's extremely fun to watch. You got to call it what it is. Look at this. Banging them back. I don't know what type of curl route that is. Look at this. Pivot route. He up in that bad boy. Oh, freaking them. Banging them and cooking them. Separating guys from their own ankles, right? Separation anxiety of ankles. This is nasty. Oh, I got to rewind that one right there. That, my friend, was a stool softener. Look at this. Banged him like he was going back inside. Softened his stool. You see him right there. He's already sitting down like, you know what, man, I got to go ahead and relieve myself right here. Not exactly. My man looks like he's coming back. Going to take it back upfield with it. Stop and go. Got him. Cooked him. Ended his career. All right, you get your career ended at a regional camp. I don't know what to say. Oh, he went for it again. So his route transitions in these type of routes are pretty dope, right? He really sells that bad boy. He sells it because he has the time to sell it. Let's be real about the situation. This is a camp right here, so you can work something like this. But look, oh, my man went for it. He reached, like AI when AI got Mike with the crossover. That's all he need. Then he tried to two-hand catch up with it. You can't use two hands to try to catch up. You got to pump them arms, baby. Separation anxiety. Killed him. Oh, just straight ran by this cat. Where's this going? Oh. Separation anxiety. Come on, man. Let's look at this again. I like this one. Ooh, like a triple move. Guy's good hands, at least from what we're seeing. So these are highlights, right? We don't know if he missed any or whatever like that, but in his highlights, it looks good. And I'm not going to go show you his football, his actual high school highlights, man. That's just some poor competition. I know the type of competition that he's playing. I'd rather at least show something like this. So this guy's proving ground is going to come at the University of Georgia, which is very inspiring for some of you kids out there. I know some of you kids out there like, man, I'll never be able to get my shot to be at a major program like this. This kid can inspire, right? Ladd McConkey. Looking like white chocolate out there. Banging them and cooking them. I don't know. So let me know what you think about there. Let me know what you think out there about this guy's a top billing right here, man. A lot of hype behind this kid. Think about this. This kid's the 5th receiver in a class that has 3 top 100 receivers, and another receiver's probably a top 150 guy, and the Robinson kid. And that's one cycle behind 2 5-star receivers in Dominic Blaylock and George Pickens. And speaking of Blaylock, right? So people calling this guy Hunter Renfrow and all this and that. That's Hunter Renfrow. Dominic Blaylock is. This kid has a lot more style and substance. You think Dominic Blaylock will be out here running routes like this? No. Not a chance. I call him 9 to 5, right? Overtime, working hard type guy. This guy is a little bit different than that, a lot different than that, right? So I can definitely see him playing in the slot, but he has outside receiver moves as well. You want to kind of get this guy in some space, but he has pretty good hands, and we'll see how it goes from there. But let me know what you think about this particular situation. Guys who aren't fans of the University of Georgia, I'd like to get your input on this and tell me what you think about this, all right? But with that being said, it's your boy Murf, the Underground King. Congrats to this kid from nothing to something, going to the University of Georgia in the 2020 class. Congratulations to you, young man. All right? Peace. Cooked them.